Hey guys, alright, so I started off this look by sculpting these skulls and faces on her armor. I'm just using air dry clay right now and punching the holes for the eyes, the nose, and then carving out the teeth with my little sculpting tool. And then I used some water to smooth everything over. Alright, now I'm going to start on the face. Now this was a little harder than the skull to recreate a human face, but I just played around with the shapes and eventually turned out to look slightly human. Alright, so I let all 4 pieces dry overnight and now I'm starting to paint. First, I did a layer of lacquer to prime it for the paint. Then I deepened the eye sockets and the nose with black, and then I painted the whole thing silver, highlighted the high points with white, and that was it. And this is how all 4 came out. Alright, so now I'm working on the armor. I measured out where I would like it to lay on my shoulder, and then I am sketching out the shape on paper before I put it to the foam. I measured it out so that it would be even on all sides. I adjusted the shape a little and then cut it out. I then placed it on top of another piece of paper to get the lower part of the shoulder armor. Measured it out and made sure to trace the top piece where it would lay on top of the bottom piece. Now I am tracing it on the foam and cutting it out. Okay, for the breastplate, I just took an old bra and I taped paper to one of the cups and sketched out the design that was on her armor. Alright, so then I took it off and there was 2 pieces that were folded in so that it would be a round shape. So I made sure to include those because you're going to cut those out and tape them together to make a round shape in the foam. I made sure to include the top and lower parts separately so that they can go on top as accents of the breastplate. Okay, now I'm heating it up with my heat gun. Make sure to include both sides, and now I am rounding it out. I took some barge cement and placed it on both sides of the cutouts, and then make sure you wait until it's fully dry and then push them together. Then you have a rounded shape. I heated up the accent pieces and made sure to trace out where they lay on top of the cup so that I know where to place the glue. And I'm using barge cement in this one too. Now for the shoulder armor, I did the same thing, heated it up, curved it, put one on top of the other, traced out where it would lay, and then glued them together. I then took a sheet of adhesive foam and cut out some detailing and just placed it. It's a sticky and I placed it on, but just a note, add some extra glue to them because they don't stick very well. I then took the same 5mm EVA foam that I used to make the shoulder armor. I added an outline around the whole thing, and I just put this on with hot glue. Then I outlined the skulls and the faces to the adhesive foam, and I cut it out and put it onto the shoulder armor. That's just for a place where I know that they're going to lay. I then added some detailing with the same adhesive foam. I primed everything with Plasti Dip, then painted it with the silver spray paint and waited for it to dry. I then took an acrylic purple and just put it in between each of the detailing that I had placed down. I then took a sponge and just tapped it in the middle to kind of get the silver shining through. I then placed the skulls and faces onto the armor with barge cement. And now I'm working on the feathers. I placed them down where I would want them to go and then put some hot glue to stick them on. And then I took a little piece of EVA foam and just secured it back. Now I'm working on the ears. I placed it on top of a headband, measured it out, and placed masking tape all around and then taped it to the headband as well. I then painted them with the same silver spray paint and then a blue paint on top of that. Now I'm working on the hood. I bought this fabric from Joann's. I taped down where I would want to stitch it, then stitched it with my sewing machine. And now I am adding the little emblem on the top of her hood with some EVA foam. And then I took a hot glue gun and I did some detailing. So I outlined the whole thing with the glue, and then I added the little jewel inside with the glue as well. Now I'm just adding some lines, some swirls to mimic the detailing on her hood. And then I'm going to take a gold acrylic paint and paint it. Now for the eyebrows, I started off by just cutting a wig into 2 pieces and I started to stick it together with Mod Podge. It worked really well to stick it together and make it into a shape that I liked, but it did not stay up stiff enough. It flopped. So I used liquid latex and I put a piece of tin foil to make it stand up. Now for the makeup, I just used white star blends all over my face and chest. Then I took my favorite Elisa Griffith palette and I'm using a turquoise color just to outline the face, contour the nose, and do the eyeshadow. I darkened it up with a deep blue and then moved on to black. I outlined the eyes and then blended it in with the black shadow and started with the tears coming down. I blocked out my eyebrows and then I placed some liquid latex down and stuck my eyebrows on. I then put all my armor on and that was the final look.
Alright guys, so this is my final look. This is Sylvanas Windrunner from World of Warcraft. I had a lot of fun making these skulls out of clay, sculpting them, and this hood was my favorite part. I love making this hood. I could do without these eyebrows though. Alright guys, so I have one more video in this video game character series, so stay tuned for that and subscribe so you can see all I create. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like this video, and comment down below what you'd like to see next. Alright guys, see you soon!